Welcome to the live session. Another trading day after yesterday's successful live, and expecting also another successful live session today as well. So let's look at the market from very what I would say that initial perspective, and completely with a complete beginner mindset that we will be looking at in the market. And pardon me, once we can establish a potential direction, then we will be looking for entry in this market. So first of all, let's quickly look at the overall picture in the market, and then we'll be looking for trading opportunity in this market. So looking at first of all monthly chart to see again, as I mentioned in the beginning, early today also we have posted analysis. This is the monthly price action that we will be looking at on XAUSD to see how the market is doing, and we can see that there is an inverted head and shoulder formation, a complete breakout from that inverted head and shoulder pullback, another bounce deeper pullback, and we can see from the monthly the market is in another impulsive phase from the monthly perspective on XAUSD. And what you can see, guys, that this is a monthly candlestick pattern here, which is basically a stronger monthly price action. And what we can see here in that zone from the monthly, this is the monthly price action where from this support level the price managed to bounce. And with that bounce, what we can expect for this price after retest for the price to have another bounce again, as it is a long-term bull market. So if we look at the weekly perspective in this market, we can see that from the weekly this is also showing bullish market structure here from the support level. We can see this is a weekly impulse, which is pretty strong, a bullish impulse from the weekly perspective. And if we take our Fibonacci from this low to the high, we can see the market currently approaching this minimum Fibonacci level, which is almost nearing to the 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is the minimum Fibonacci level. And with that minimum Fibonacci level, expecting for the market to potentially trend to that support level, and from that support expecting XAUSD to bounce back up to create a new higher high. Now looking at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily, as probably guys have seen our previous analysis as well as the weekly forex forecast, this is what exactly expected in this market, for the price to drop again to fill that weekly and the daily imbalance in this market. And with that fill of this daily and weekly imbalance, expecting XAUSD to drop again to the support level to create a new lower low. So if we look at the daily chart here, we can see that from the daily perspective, from this resistance line, this is the drop here, expecting for the market potentially to drop to that support level where there is a high liquidity. And this is an important liquidity zone here, which is very important. Weekly and daily and monthly liquidity is expecting for this market potentially to drop here and then to potentially come back here to create a new lower low. So looking at the 4-hour chart and the lower time frame, let's drop down to very lower time frame on XAUSD to see in fact how the market potentially trending in that area. So here we can see from the 5 minutes perspective on XAUSD, we can see that this is the lower time frame here. We can see an impulse followed by a deeper correction, and we can see that there is another impulse correction. The market is potentially in this zone here. We can see the price may drop to that support level again. As I mentioned, guys, this is a currently in a downtrend, though it is a long-term bull market. We see that deeper pullback, which is weekly very clearly seen, and with that weekly drop, expecting for this market to potentially drop further downside to that support level to create a new lower low. So this is the one minute chart here on XAUSD, and we can see there is a strong liquidity grab here, which is a very strong liquidity candle, which is also a potential middleman here. And with that, a strong drop on XAUSD, any pullback might give a selling opportunity, as long-term trend is down, and we have seen from this resistance line there's a primary rejection. So any pullback we can expect for potential selling opportunity. And this is the 4-hour chart where we can see the market how it is forming a big drop, pullback, sideways, another drop. So here in that area we'll be waiting for XAUSD to potentially drop. Early today I had a trade, but didn't work out. So let's look at the best one here to see how we can find potential entry opportunity in this market. So looking at the 1-minute chart here on XAUSD, we can see that this is the 1-minute chart, and in this lower time frame the market dropped well below that, where there is a structure formation, expecting for the market to bounce back up for a deeper pullback and then to return back again to the next liquidity zone. This is at an important level of resistance here. So any pullback, guys, to the upside can give us potential selling opportunity in this market. So this is the zone that we will be waiting for potential selling opportunity. And as the market is, as you can see, it's breaking down, and that breakdown we might see that a pullback and then potentially to come back again to this support level where there is a high liquidity. And with that liquidity, this is an important level of support we can expect for this market in that support to retest and then to return back up again. Therefore, downward pressure could be now stronger. Once we see for this move a pullback, we can look for entry opportunity, as this is the 4-hour time frame. You can see previous 4-hour candle as well. There is a long wick on both sides, expecting for this market potentially to come back here to fill that long wick and then to again return back. As you can see here, it formed a double top and managed to break from the structure, which might lead the price back to the downside. So this is the 1-minute chart in that area. Want to see that the market in fact has grabbed enough liquidity, and once it grab enough liquidity we can sell on XAUUSD. So let's see how far it might be doing, and based on that we will be looking for trading opportunity in this market. So in the meantime, traders, if you're here, if you're enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day, make sure you give a thumbs up and also say yes when you are here, so we can say that you are here. Good morning, coach. 15-minute chart, XAUSD has inverted head and shoulder pattern formation. Yeah, so we can see that that's on XAUSD 1-minute chart. It's pretty strongly bearish here, and with that bearish market, as you can see from this resistance, is getting a rejection. So let's wait for a decent pullback. As the market managed to break from that structure, we could see that ultimately it's coming back to that support here where there is an important level, and from that zone we can expect for this market to drop again to create a new lower low. So let's look at here in that area, and then we will be entering into that trade. So I hope that you guys enjoying. James, welcome. Good morning. Thank you very much. Morning. Welcome to the live session, and I hope that it's seen everything clear. If you guys can hear me, you can say yes, so that I know that the stream is doing well. And then as you can see, this is a resistance line at the moment, so my bias is still bearish. So you can see that there is a structure formation, expecting for the market to trend to that support level. So for our entry opportunity, if we look at the 1-hour chart, 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart, we can see that there is a, from this level there is a drop here, which is a very strong bearish move here on XAUSD. And with that bearish move, so if we look at here, this is the lower time frame price action 5-minute chart. Also we can see pretty strong drop in that area, and we can see that looking at the 1-minute chart, with that 1-minute chart, so we can see the market after this drop, this is an important level here. Okay, so you can see that this is a support. So what we can expect in this market is, as you can see, this is the 1-minute chart as well. Want to see that the market having enough drop, and then from that zone we will be looking for selling opportunity in this market. So let's wait for the market to show its hand. As usual, we will be patient in that market. So here is, you guys can see that this is the 30 minutes price action. 30 minutes candlestick pattern has closed as a long red candle. So in that long red candle from the 30 minutes perspective, which is basically strongly bearish here, and with that bearish market, so you guys can see that this is a long bearish candle, expecting initially a deeper pullback and then to drop again to that support level. So here we can see that 30 minutes perspective, this is an important around 65 pip gap here. So any pullback, okay, so if you guys see that this is in a pullback, and from that pullback we will be looking for selling opportunity in this market. So 15-minute chart here, also a strong bearish candle. Okay, so with that stronger bearish candle, okay, so this is a stronger bearish candle, and with that stronger bearish candle, expecting for this market to potentially come back here to that support level to create a new lower low. So here is what we can see, that in this market, for the price to potentially drop again to the downside here. So let's wait for the market to show its hand. This is the 1-minute chart here. Also you can see after a retest, the price again coming back below that support level. So we are waiting for the market to show its hand, and would like to see that it has gone up for enough pullback, and once it has gone up enough pullback, we can look for that entry in this market. So this is 30 minutes chart here. Now from the 30 minutes, as we can see that it's a strong bearish pressure, we will be waiting for the price to come back here to that support level, and that's what we are looking at in this market, for the price to go up, to retest, and then to return back down again to that support level, as it is a strongly bear market. It's a very strongly bear market. I hope that guys, you're enjoying the live session. Make sure to give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Welcome, and let's begin another exciting trading week as well, trading day. Now you can see this is the 1-minute chart, as I mentioned, which is basically from here, pretty strong drop to that support level, and with that strong drop to that support, expecting for the market to bounce for a pullback and then to return back again in that direction. So let's look at to see how the market might be doing. And as you can see, guys, this is a pretty steep drop here, and this kind of drop potentially shows that further downward pressure potentially. And here we have seen there is a potential for around 15-16 pip drop possible, but initially would like to see the market is moving up for a pullback, and then we can expect for the market to potentially drop here in that support level to create a new lower low. Would like to see that how the market might be doing, and based on that we can look for trading opportunity in that market. So here is what we can see. This is the selling opportunity potentially here, and I'm still not entering into the trade, but just looking at the chart here, what might happen in that area. And based on that, we will be looking for potentially entry opportunity in this market. So you can see that here is I'm still not entering because we can see that there is a drop, and it might potentially come back here to the support level, but we'll be waiting for the price to potentially retest this level and then to return back again towards the downside to create a new lower low. So here is what we can see, a long 15 minutes bearish engulfer, and that bearish engulfer is a strong rejection which might go up for a correction for the current candle. And once we see the market has gone up for this correction. That's where we can look for potentially entry opportunity in this market. So you can see that this is the this is a 5-minute chart here. Okay, so with that 5 minutes price action from this resistance line, a big drop here, and with the drop, I want to see the market is potentially heading for a pullback and then to revert back again to the support level to create a new lower low. So that's what you're looking at. You can see this is a very a stronger bearish price action here, and with that stronger bearish price action, would like to see that it's on a pullback, and then once we see the market up on a pullback, okay, so this is the pullback here, and with that pullback from this level, expecting pullback and then for the market to drop again to the support level to create a new lower low. So let's look at to find out where the market potentially heading in this instrument. So lower time frame here, 1 minute chart, we can see that the market is in a trend here. So you can see after this initial bounce, it's on a trend, and with the trend expecting it to potentially break from that support level here, and with that support break expecting it to move back to the downside to create a new lower low. So you can see it's slowly breaking down. What we can expect for the market is for the price to potentially break below and then to trend in that direction. So again, looking at the 1 minute chart, so the market trend is pretty bearish at the moment, and with that bearish market, would like to see that it's coming to any of this important support. That support might be retested at the moment, and there's a huge fair value gap. If you guys don't know what is a fair value gap, also you can let me know in the live chat. Fair value gap, looking at fair value gap is very important, because if you guys look at it, you can see when you look at a market that has this kind of fair value gap, it's an imbalance in the market, and the market doesn't like imbalance. The universe also doesn't like imbalance. The universe constantly strive for balance, and that the same way the market also constantly strive for balance. So as there's an imbalance here, which is FVG, okay, so as the market is in an imbalance, so you could see that XAUSD potentially coming down here, feeling that imbalance, and then to potentially trend in that direction. So let's look at to see how we can find potential trading opportunity in this market after this initially bounce, or after initial pullback in this market. We'll see that. And in the meantime, also share your opinion and thought. What do you think about the market? Trying to learn from the pullback setup. I had a start that always put in drawdown first, and stress goes in profit. Yeah, so basically the market will never give you a trade in one direction. Okay, so you'll see that there is a one move and then pullback, and then another move and then pullback. So the market, in fact, will never give you a trade in one direction. It will just move in different way, and then once you see that the market not in a in a normal rhythm, that's where you'll see the market moves with what I would say that in a rhythm. So, and once the market not in a rhythm, that's where better opportunity to enter into the trade. Why? Because when the market not in a rhythm, you'll see that the traders get confused. The market breaks from the structure, and then the price started to show its hand based on that. So, but need to learn your pullback start. Thank you. Good evening, coach. I am waiting for your signal on gold. Yeah, waiting. Yeah, waiting is the best way. Welcome, Zeniber. Welcome. Thank you. Dollar yen. Yes, fair value gap. Yeah, fair value gap is very important, because when you see the market shows a fair value gap. Okay, so if you see that there is a FPG, that's where the market normally try to come back and fill that imbalance. And that's that because the market fill that imbalance, we could see that there is a pull towards that fair value gap. As I mentioned before, the market moves from imbalance to the imbalance. So whenever you see there is an imbalance in the market, the price will move to that imbalance and then fill that fair value gap, and then we see that the market again moving from that zone. So which is that's why it is important that understanding fair value gap. For example, when the market in such a strong trend, there is a high probability that this price will move down, fill that fair value gap. Okay, and then once we see the market fill that fair value gap, we could see that after this fair value gap, the price could drop back down again, filling that imbalance and then returning back again in the major direction of the trend. And that is why it is so important for us to see that the market is in this movement, and we are waiting for the price to show its hand. As you can see, 30 minutes price action looks pretty impressive here, as 30 minutes price action is strongly bearish at the moment, and the candlestick pattern that we can see on the 30 minutes is visible than the candlestick pattern in other time frames. So if you look at the 1 minute chart, you can see this is a resistance line here, which is very important level of resistance. And from that resistance, after grab of this liquidity, okay, so we can see the price again coming here, and would like to see that it has gone well above for deeper pullback. And once we see the market has moved well above for a pullback, that's where I would like to see that the market has shown its hand in that area. So we will be waiting to see how the price is doing. If you guys look at it, you can see this is the 15-minute chart here, and with that 15-minute chart, with this strong bearish engulfer, expecting for the market to give us an opportunity in that area for this potential sell here. So this is the 1 minute chart. Okay, so we can see the price approaching that resistance line, where there's a long wick here, and also there's a long wick here. Would like to see the market tested that level and then dropping down again. So for us to find an entry, let's see that if we have an entry opportunity at the moment. Now also guys, daily chart is very important on XAUSD, as you guys have seen my previous weekly Forex forecast as well. The market almost moving in the same fashion as expected, and with that drop, okay, so what we can see that the price is potentially has come back to that level. Okay, so the price tested the 20 EMA, and now this daily 20 EMA is very important. As you can see, the market has crossed over from 10 and 20 EMA completely, and since it has crossed over from this 10 and 20 EMA, the price after crossover from the 10 and 20 EMA has never been tested after such an quite a few days of move. The market didn't test the 20 EMA. Now we can see the price has tested the 20 EMA, and then it's getting a rejection from that 20 EMA. So because the market is getting a rejection from the 20 EMA, lower time frame price action could try to bounce, but as long-term trend is down, any bounce towards the upside, for me, I will be looking for potential selling opportunities. You can see this is the 1 minute chart here, and it just has tested this resistance, and after test of this resistance, the price again coming here to the support level. So you can see that here is the price is having that bounce, and we can see that now after this move, expecting for the market to potentially drop to that support level. See that how far it might be going. As you can see, 30 minutes perspective here after this big drop, and expecting for the market to remain bearish. So this is the 15 minutes price action here, and looking at the 1 minute chart here. So let's see how the price might be heading here. Okay, so here is we can see the market in that area. Okay, now this is the 1 minute chart. The market is approaching that level where there is an important resistance line. So if it is heading to 2889 level, which is an important liquidity zone, we could see that the price, after grabbing liquidity, again returning back to the support level. So now the question is this forming an inverted head and shoulder, bouncing back up, or it's breaking below again? My bias is still bearish, as if you look at the daily price action, you can see that the market already has made significant movement here. Therefore, the bias still could be towards the downside in this market. So we can see that this is the level. Okay, this is the 1 minute 20 EMA, and after cross of this 1 minute 20 EMA, the market is slowly coming back here to that support level to see where the price might be heading to. So with that in mind, if you guys look at it, you can see this is the 1 minute chart, and in this 1 minute chart we have seen a bounce, a pullback, and expecting for this market to potentially trend in the major direction. Waiting for the market to show a better opportunity. Here we can see already a break of structure and then return back to the major direction. And because there is a break of structure, return back to the major direction, you could see the price potentially coming back here to that support level after filling of this fair value gap. We'll see that where it is heading to. Would like to see that the market has done enough pullback, grab enough liquidity, and then we'll be looking into entering in that trade. Hi coach, hope you are doing well. I'm good, thank you. So you can see the market getting a rejection from that level. This is the 1 minute chart. Okay, so approaching an important support, and I think that we might see if the price is coming to that level here, 2889, which maybe may not be, but if the market goes for another bounce here, that's where we will be looking to enter short trading opportunity in that area, as the market is still highly bearish in that area. We'll see that how far it might be going, and based on that we will be looking for trading opportunity in this market. And we can see that after break of this high, it's slowly getting a rejection here. Like to see that the market coming back here, and this is a pretty you know drastic drop. Like to see pullback. We see that the market is almost doing, but we haven't found the entry yet. We'll be waiting for suitable entry. As for us to enter, we need to see proper price action confirmation. Even if you know that the direction of the trend, we still need the price action confirmation for an entry opportunity, as the market might behave at any time in any way. So it is important that for us to look at the price action confirmation before we entering into that trade. So you can see that from this doji, it's getting a potentially, it's already, as I mentioned earlier, guys, it's on a fair value gap. You can see this is this fair value gap. Now from here we might see straight drop to the order block, or we could see that another bounce going back to the resistance line here, to that liquidity zone, and then from that resistance the market to potentially return back again to the support level. So this is what we are looking at, and with that doji, we can expect for this market to potentially bounce, grab liquidity, and then to return back again to the downside. So you can see whenever it is breaking the high, it is getting a rejection here. Okay, so here is what we can see, that the market is, and yeah, this is the red bearish engulfer, which is showing that the market may continue to potentially drop further. We can see that pretty a strong rejection from the top. So here is what we can see, guys. Long week pin bar here and drop. We can see another bearish candle and then doji drop. So the market potentially forming series of lower high and lower low, which is basically strongly bearish market at the moment in that area. So would like to see that it has gone up for enough pullback and then drop down again to create a new lower low. So let's see that how far it might be going, and based on that we can look for trading opportunity in this market. So this is the 1 minute chart here, and in that 1 minute chart we can see the market here is, we can see this is a liquidity candle here, a doji, and also you can see another doji. So one, two, very important doji, the third one also another important doji. So these are the zone that we have seen that there has been significant liquidity grab expecting for this market potentially. And you can see this is the fair value gap as we discussed earlier, and in that fair value gap, okay, so in that fair value gap the price slowly potentially melting in that direction and expecting it to come back here to the support level. Let's see how far it might be going. And in the meantime, traders, I hope that you're enjoying the live session. This is a very important live session, as there's a lot of education that I'm providing every single day. And if you guys are willing to learn and progress, that's a great session where you will be learning the real trading education. What is the price action confirmation that you are looking for? Well, the price action confirmation, this is a very crucial question as well. You guys look at, okay, and a very important question to look at. What is the price action confirmation that we'll be looking at? Now, I would like to ask the same question to all of you guys. What is the price action confirmation that we are looking at in this market? So let's find out. I would like to know, guys, what is the price action confirmation you look at when you are looking at the market? And then we'll be looking at this one here. Okay, so what's your opinion on that? Do you use any price action confirmation, or in fact what is mean by price action confirmation? Also very important point to look at. What is the price action confirmation, guys, you look at in this market? So you can see that this is the back-to-back 2 30-minute candle closed as a big bear candle. So in that support level here, two important long bearish candle, and in that two bear candle, the market, if you guys look at it, you can see that this is a bear candle, there is another bear candle, so there is a gap here, right? So we can consider that one a potential drop here as well. So with that gap, so let's see that how the market might be reacting. So this is the 1 hour chart, and from the 1 hour also we can see the market in fact closed as a red bear candle. Now for us to find that potential entry, this is a absolutely a strong bearish market. So let's see how we can find potential entry, and this is a bearish move potentially. We can see the faster the market trying to revert here. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. Okay, so the market tested the lower shadow of the 1 hour candle, and so expecting first of all in that market to potentially bounce, grab liquidity, and then to return again in the direction. So this is where we can see that on XAUSD, after forming series of lower high, the market to potentially break to that support level. So here quite a few narrower, smaller candle formation here, and with that narrower, smaller candle formation, what we can expect in this market is, for you can see it's moving up again for a deeper pullback. And with that movement, with this deeper pullback, I'm going to place a pending order here below this level, a sell stop loss above this high, and TP target will be first targeting couple of pips here. So I'm placing a sell stop here with 19 pip target. It might go very fast, so sell stop putting at 2883.384, stop loss at above this level, which is at 2886.34, TP target at 2881.439. so it's a sell stop as the market is currently moving up. So we will be waiting for the price to drop, and once it will drop, we are on the trade. So putting at sell stop at placing a sell stop in that area with that setup. Okay, so we placed the sell stop here in that area, and wanting to see that it's coming down. So our target here is around 18 to 19 pip. The risk is very tight, guys, so make sure that you do proper risk management, which is very important. Without risk management, no trade is allowed to open. So here you can see the market in that area. Like to see that the market is giving us that the drop here, so that you can see expecting to break below, and so would like to see that it's having that rejection. With this long wick candle, want to see the market is melting in that direction to that support level, and here we can see the price forming series of lower high, which is typical downtrend, showing typical downtrending market structure here, and with that downtrend, expecting for the market to come back here to the support level to create a new lower low. Okay, so you can see here it's coming to the downside. So we are on the trade. And as soon as you'll see the market has shown its hand, I'll be giving a shout out, guys, to see that what we are doing here. Okay, so we are on the trade, and once we see the market has dropped well below, give a shout out. Currently it's in this move. Would like to see that the market is showing proper hand here, dropping down grabbing the liquidity and then falling back down here. So this is the, if you guys look at it, you can see this is the 15-minute chart here, and in that lower time frame, okay, so you can see the market in the lower time frame is here. You can see the price is dropping here in that zone. So I'd like to see that it is having enough drop here, but it's consolidating in that area, so that could be try to grabbing more liquidity, but expecting to drop here completely towards the downside. We'll see how far it might be going. Okay, so the price action so far bearish, so which is good to see that. And with that in mind, guys, would like to see that enough drop down here. Okay, so here we can see the, yeah, there's a long wick, and again, so the bias here is still bearish, so I'm holding in that trade. Also give a shout out, guys, what I'm doing here, if I'm closing or doing anything. So would like to see that it's penetrating in that direction. And with that drop, like to see the market penetrating below and creating a new lower low, so which is an important price action that I want to see, that it's dropping and coming back down here. And the trend is very important, as I mentioned earlier, guys. Trend is your friend. Always trading with the trend. As we mentioned in the beginning of the session, that we will be trading only with the direction of the trend, and that's the key points here to look at the market that is trending. And you can see XAUSD in fact trending at the moment. From the daily, we have seen that there is a significant drop to the daily 20 and we have seen that bounce. Now what we could see that the market may drop back again to the daily 20 but before that it is trying to grab liquidity here. So this is what you're looking at. It is consolidating here. It might grab liquidity and then to drop. So this is a very fragile structure that I would say, which more likely to break in the downward direction. It may break in any direction, so it's important that always keep the risk managed, but it may break, this fragile structure may break in the direction of the trend, so which is, we can see the market in fact coming down here. So what's happening, there is a trend so I hope that guys you can see me and hear me. Why did my MT4 suddenly stopped? What's happening? So you can see there is a bounce here. This is an unusual bounce. You like that bounce here. And what it is trying to do here, in fact, is for this market to, okay, so what you can see here in that area, it's not, so you can see there is a short-term bounce, and still expecting to drop down here. So you can see that enough liquidity grab, and that liquidity grab might give the price a momentum. Let's see, this bounce, there's a bounce here suddenly, and this is also what you can see, that the 5-minute chart. But I think that that bounce might bring that price again to another liquidity grab, and that might bring the price new momentum. As you can see, it has moved up. Want to see that it's again coming in the direction. So we have a couple of pips gap here for this stop loss. So it's a surprising move, but let's wait for this candle to close. Waiting for the market to potentially come back here again to the support level. Okay, so we see that there is a this bounce was it's an unexpected bounce, but if looks to me that it's a strong liquidity grab, and we might see that it's again moving back in the major direction to the support level. Okay, so here we can see the market is trending, which is good to see that it's trending. Now with this doji, let's go to the familiar music to see that how the market might be heading in that direction. Okay, so with the doji formation, want to see that it's coming again below the level. Here is where. Okay, so form a doji, and so there is still probability now to break below, form a head and shoulder to come back down here. And in the meantime, guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So it might try to grab liquidity from here, from this resistance. So the stop loss, I am going to move, already mine moved to 4.4. So just for any space that we need, so stop loss at 4.4, just a couple of pips, so that we have enough gap for any kind of spread widening. And that's second unusual bounce. So stop loss moved to 2866.44, just for any kind of spread widening. And so it just, it's got a bounce here. Let's we are stopped out, waiting for to see why that. This is the 1 hour chart, and that's a very unusual bounce, so we need to wait for further opportunity here. So wait for that. I think that we might see, if you guys look at it, you can see that this is a it's a very unusual bounce. The market is heading to significant liquidity zone, and highly likely that we could still see that trend continuation. But this move to the upside is potentially, we might see now a retest of this level, 2889, and after this retest we might see that the price is potentially grabbing the liquidity and then to again return to the support level here. So this is an important support here. Okay, so now that move, you guys look at it, you can see that this is the move here. Now if the market is not being able to break, okay, so it's getting some rejection here. We'll be re-entering as soon as we find that suitable entry. So I think we might see either the price to reject from that or to bounce and then break that high and then to return again. Okay, so the price on the 4-hour resistance line. Okay, so let it break that high, which we might see that eventually it's getting some rejection. So where will be, I will be re-entering here. Okay, and for this re-entry, re-entering here, guys. So this is where the market might be getting a rejection here. So I'm going to re-enter in that area with selling potentially stop loss above this high. So in that trade will be around 40 pip stop loss, and expecting a drop here. Okay, so to that support level, I am short again on XAUUSD with 40 pip stop loss at 2889.93, TP target at 2881.91. So second trade and XAUSD after the first one. So expecting now to drop and then to give us that TP that we are expecting in that move, as the market has initially bounced. So this move for me, I think it's a liquidity grab. If it is a liquidity grab, that move to the upside, we can expect it to drop again in the major direction of the trend. And if it drops here, we might see that even breaking below here 2877 level possible to drop here. So TP target at currently 12881.91. If we see that bigger probability, we will be increasing. If possible, we will be moving the TP or for a little bigger profit target. And this trade I have open as well, so let's wait for the market to see how it might be evolving. Here the trend is down, so the market may remain bearish, but anything can happen in trading, as you know that. So always the best way is to do the risk management, so that the market, when it is not going in our favor, we can find that proper opportunity in that market. So you can see the market is in fact in that direction currently, and we are on the track, so waiting for gain some pip here in that zone to that support level. Okay, so waiting for that market to come back here to that support level. Wanting to see the market is breaking in that direction. If you guys are excited with the trade, make sure you do the risk management, do the proper it's very important that trade based on risk management. As there is a drop here, we might see that this move to the upside was potentially a liquidity trigger, and then we could see that the market is in fact potentially breaking in the direction. Okay, so here this upside bias is let's wait to see what's happening. Okay, waiting for the market to trend in the direction. Okay, so you can see there is a long wick and expecting for the market to break and then to return in the direction. So now two possibility: one to go up and fill the wick, the other possibility is to drop again in the direction. So always I always try to train my brain, and this is the long-term picture that I have created, which is very important. Always to think that the market will drop in the direction of the trend, even if it is going against your belief. That's how it is. If you believe that the market will go up, look at the trend and be more fully rational, and then trade based on that. That's the key. Okay, so anything can happen. The market is still could go up, but when you train your brain to think that the market will drop in the major direction of the trend, that's where you always remain in an edge. So that's the key. Okay, so remaining in the edge is the key. So here you can see a red bearish engulfer, expecting it to drop to that support, to drop further to the downside. That's what we were waiting to see. The market is showing that hand, and we can see the price is in fact moving in that direction as expected. Let's look at to see where it might be heading to. Okay, another potential bearish engulfer here, 1 minute chart. Trying to revert here back to the upside, but the bias, as I mentioned, from here expecting to break below in the direction of the trend. Sometimes the market moves like this in an annoying fashion, so which is kind of sideways movement, and that might lead that price again to grab more liquidity. Would like to see that it's coming here in the direction to grab more liquidity. Let's look at here. So let's see. Okay, so there is a, here is what we can see. The market is okay, here we can see that breakdown, expecting it to completely break below, which is the primary objective here, is for the market to completely break below and then to trend in the major direction. That's the key here. Expecting for the market to potentially come here to that support. So here we have 40 to 43 pip target in that area. Now I would like to see that trend. A bearish engulfer, wanting to see the market is moving in that direction and then coming here in that support level. Okay, so here again there is a rejection, which is not expected. but I would like to see that it's coming down. It's happening today with the 24 here. Come on. Okay, so here is we can see it's forming a kind of head and shoulder again, struggling to break below. Sometime after such a move, it becomes a little bit annoying, which we can't do anything. But I think that once we see the market has moved well, that's where we will see that the price potentially coming down here to the support level again to create a new lower low. So if you look at the 5 minutes here, you can see this is the 5-minute chart, and want to see that it's potentially having a stronger reaction towards the downside here. That's the main goal, so that we have enough move to take for this price to come down. Okay, now from here we can see that this is a doji, and with the doji, expecting it for the market to uh, come back here to the support level. We'll see that there is a 5 minutes doji. Now this 5-minute doji just has crossed that high, and it's candle closing here, and with that candle close, I would like to see that it's um, having enough rejection, which I was expecting in this market to reject in that direction. And so the imbalance here, couple of long week candles has given a potential imbalance in that area. Now I want to see that it has enough drop here for this imbalance with this long week candle, but we also can spot a potential inverted head and shoulder in that area, which also might lead that price again try to bounce back up. So which one is likely to happen is the most important part here, either to again to have potential. Okay, so here now series of lower high, we have seen enough penetration to the upside, expecting a drop here. Now let's see what's happening. We are at our entry. but the major trend is down, so my bias is still downside here. I'm prepared to sell at any time, whenever we see enough drop. But I would like to see that because it grabbed multiple times liquidity, if it drops, we might see that complete drop to the order block here. So here is the order block in that move. Okay, so and that's why the TPI placed a couple of pips above the order block. So if it managed to break below, if it bounced, then we might see that another wave of uprise. Um, but if it drops, then we might see that it's coming back again to the order block. So looking at the 5 minutes chart, um, it's not expecting to have that bounce, but we can see the 1 minute chart getting another rejection. Come on. So with this one here, so the bias now again showing some kind of potentially trying to show upside. So this is the 1 hour candle. See what the market potentially planning here. Market itself is like an that living things that also had a plan in it, because the market is a summation of um, beliefs by multiple traders. So um, so a doji. So this is the last point that we can expect for the market to reverse and then to return in the direction. So you can see that doji, and then with the doji expecting it to come back here to the support level. All right, so you can see a red bearish candle expecting it to potentially trend, and then with that trend want to see that the market is having enough downward pressure here. Another bearish candle. Now if it is a reversal, then we should see that the market in fact coming down here trending. But if it is bouncing back up, then we might see pretty strong bounce. In that case, we might see 2889 level. Let's wait to see which one is gonna happen. Both probability possible here. This 1 minute candle is important. If this one is closing as a red or narrow candle, then we might see the next one is coming down here. Okay, we can see some okay, so the weaker buyers. So buyers looks a little weaker, so therefore the market might be coming in the, come on, it's getting bounce again from that zone. So here just has got a reaction from the 1 hour support. So that might now grab liquidity from the top. So it reached that a very strong peak point for this move, and it's very unusual move. Therefore, looking at the lower time frame here, two probable scenario in that area. Now for the market to completely break below in the direction, okay, so here is 1 minute candlestick pattern, and that 1 minute candle is from this resistance. There's a near miss and then return. So at this point, if this is we are almost at entry near our now from this resistance line, if we see that rejection, that we can expect, if the market enough show its hand, to return again in the major direction. Looking at the 15 minutes here, come on. So looking at here 1 minute, want to see that doji formation. Okay, so with that doji, okay, so you can see this is a big bear candle at the moment, pretty strong doji, and with that candlestick pattern, want to see the market is currently again melting. Okay, so now okay, we are on the track. Let's see how far it might be coming. Okay, looking at the 30 minutes, still probability for a drop here. So a probability to drop in the direction of the major trend. And okay, so this is where we can see that bearish move, expecting it to come back here to the support level. All right, so we see that potential trend continuation. We are on the zone here. Because it got a rejection, we can expect for this move. The market sometime does this a little bit of difficulty for the price to manage to break the support, but here expecting for that. You can see whenever it's trying to bounce, getting some sell off. If this candle is getting rejection, that's where expecting this support. If this support is broken, so if you see the market broken that support, we can expect it to come back here. Okay, you can see that drop. And okay, so you can see that a bearish engulfer here. And with that bearish engulfer, okay, so you can see the market has formed that bearish engulfer. And from that bearish engulfer, this is a trend here. Okay, guys, so you can see this is the 1 minute chart. There's a trend here, and with the trend, yeah, we are on the track. Would like to catch this couple of pips here, possibly, as the market has broken the support, expecting it to return back in the major direction of the trend. And if it drops well below, as I mentioned before, it might just drop back even to that support level here, which is possible to happen. And with a narrow red candle, we may see that the price ultimately coming down in the major direction of the trend. Are you guys with me? Let's look at that. Okay, we can see the market is coming down here. So we see that nearing closing the 30 minutes, and then the price is getting a bounce. So from 15 minutes, almost has come to the support, and then has bounced for a pullback. Okay, so here is the doji. Alright guys, hope that you are enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. We have seen another breakup structure, and after this another breakup structure, we can see the market is trying to bounce here. Like to see the price is heading, and Yeah, so we see that the trend. Okay, so the doji here is 5 minutes doji closing as a narrow long wick candle. But I think the bias is still towards the downside, though we see that there is a narrow candle is being formed. So with a pin bar formation, so at price action, sometimes it happens. Um, what kind of structure is forming? It's really important to see. After a move, the market remain like that is stagnated. So it's just the way it is. So you need to be a little bit of patient here. And like to see the 30 minutes candle closing as a long wick. If 30 minutes candle closing as a long wick, that means that there are two rejection candle. Even if it is closing as a green candle, the next one we can expect it to trend in that direction. So for me, the bias is still bearish. So for me, I think that we still in the right track in terms of bearish price action. There's a rejection on the 1 minute chart, and that could lead that price back to this support. There's a long wick, expecting a weak fill, and then to return uh, to the bearish direction here. So you can see a bearish engulfer, and then to drop down. Here is the long wick candle, and with this long wick rejection, the market forming a series of lower high here. A narrow red candle. So yeah, 30 minutes we saw that a dodgy formation, which is a good sign for the next one to return towards the downside. Okay, so a dodgy formation which might lead the price, the next one, to break below to the support where we are expecting our target to hit. So 30 minutes candle almost closing as a doji here. Okay, so here it is forming 1 minute again a potential liquidity candle, which is now with this liquidity candle formation. Okay, so you can see that this is a doji and the sideways. So sometime become, as I mentioned, sometime become very um stagnated and kind of unpredictable is okay. Now finally it's trying to break below. We are on the trade and still holding it. Come on, we expected a breakdown here. Now looking at the so from 30 minutes, looking at the 4 hour again. This is the 4 hour price action. Also look at the 1 hour. 1 hour trying to have a bounce. And if we look at the 4 hour here, this is where from the 4 hour it is a bear market. So it's in a very narrow zone on the 4 hour time frame. I think that it might try to grab liquidity from here. but at the moment it's in a very narrow zone, just going up and down from the 1 hour, trying to bounce the 15 minutes as well. um, it's very. Now this, when we look at the 4 hour, here I don't see very confident bullish price action. That's where the key here, because in this whole time the market ranged in that narrow zone. So okay, we can see here resistance. All right, we can see the rejection, expecting that the market now to trend. It's a pretty strong long week candle, but I think expecting it to move in that direction. So here, what we can see, the way, if you guys look at it, you can see from here big rejection and the rejection and the rejection. So the market is respecting this resistance line, so that could lead that price to melt in the direction to create a new lower low. So And from that perspective, would like to see the market is, you know, heading in that direction to the support level. We can see that there is a rejection with a stronger liquidity candle formation on the 1 minute chart. This is what I was expecting. Let's see that if it managed to break completely to the support level here. Okay, we can see that break of support. So it was just getting a rejection from here, and I think that it's potentially breaking the potentially may break this support here. So you can see that some kind of rejection from the top, which is good to see that. It's coming down from the support. Okay, so here um, the market in area where it's forming series of lower high here, and this series of lower high formation, it's coming down here to the support, expecting to break below to come back down here. It's crucially important to see the market is trending with that aggressive movement. So looking at the 15 minutes, where guys look at, you can see this is the 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes getting a rejection here. Now there's a two-way situation at the moment. Either it's to break in that direction or break to the upside. And what you can see that from the 4 hour, it's a bearish doji. Interestingly, quite a few long week candle in that area is getting a rejection, and that's why we're looking to see that the market is managed to break below here. This is the 5 minutes candle also closing. So with this long week 5 minutes doji, look at the 1 hour 1 minute chart again. um so here is the 5 minutes candle closed, and this is very unusual price action today. We can see here again, so just has broken the resistance here. From the 4 hour, um price in a very narrow range, but I think that 4 hour candle may not close as a very strong bull candle instead, but I think that um, ultimately we could see that feel of this week here on the 4 hour time frame. Just has tested a very important resistance line in this lower time frame. So our trade stop loss still not there. Okay, so it grabbed a massive, it tested a very important liquidity zone. We'll see if it is managed to dropping here again from that zone. And look at the 4 hour. Seen the gap open and then a rejection. So let's see if this means something here. Gap, come on, it bounced and then This is a very dramatic movement here. So with this gap open, so the price is testing that resistance. Market might have bullish move. So let's go to the hit that resistance level again. So you have we can see the market in that area hit that resistance. We might see that this 4-hour candle, let's look at again from the fresh perspective where it is trying to be heading. Now in this area here, price is moving up to the level. Is the 4-hour close coming? How far it might be going from the also the daily perspective, it's important to see. So it reached that another important liquidity zone, and so if you look at the 4-hour, here, it's trying to retest that 4-hour resistance. So if you look at the 4-hour here, it's trying to retest that 4-hour resistance. So if you look at the 4-hour here, it's trying to retest that 4-hour resistance. So if you look at the 4-hour here, it's trying to retest that 4-hour resistance. So if you look at the 4-hour here, it's trying to retest that 4-hour resistance. And potentially we could see that the 1-minute chart getting primary rejection from the top. So it might now could try to test this support here. So we need to today's price action. We see that there is a little bit of um, unusual move here, which sometime we could see after such a big move. So here, where the market is trying to be potentially heading. So it dropped back again to the 4-hour support. There's a very long rejection, and I think this market needs deeper liquidity from the support. So looking for, we can see that 15 minutes candle closed, and that where we can see some bearish pressure. Potentially we could see that a drop here, might see, and that might lead the price back to the some support level with the 15 minutes candle closing. there's a gap open, and okay, so there's a massive rejection in that area. Now this rejection, if you look at the 1 hour and the 30 minutes chart, okay guys, so you can see that there is a ultimately a complete breakdown in that area. And okay, so from that resistance line, the market slowly managed to break below. And with that breakdown, you can see there's a huge liquidity grab. So finally, after multiple, that rejection, the market managed to break below. And now with that breakdown, we could see that this price potentially coming back to that support. For another entry, we just need to wait a little more time. And today's session, again, guys, it's a Thursday. Tomorrow is weekend, and weekend is very important, as you know that Friday is very important. So today's trade we will be again resuming tomorrow to get that some back again. So trading is all about, most of the time we win, sometime it might happen, sometime the trade may not work in our favor. But the most important part here is that doing the risk management, learning, and then growing as a trader. So with that being said, thank you very much for joining this live session, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this live session. I'll see you again very soon trading live together. Until then, stay well, stay happy.